How's it going, everybody? I am Donut, and we are reacting to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, episode... Hold on, what number is this? Episode 15. One Door Closes. Right? Yes, okay. God, I really gotta get better at this. It's been 2 seasons. But, yep, One Door Closes, so, it is somebody going from Coulson's S.H.I.E.L.D. to real S.H.I.E.L.D., I assume. One door closes, another door opens. It could be talking about Gordon's power, as in one door closes, another door opens, teleporting. What else could it be in relation to? Raina, maybe? Like, you know, she thought that the one door closed on her life in general as a normal person, but now another door is opening up as her life as a monster. I don't know. Let's find out. So, this was definitely an episode that we have needed for a long time now. Really getting to see what actually happened during the fall of S.H.I.E.L.D. outside of, because, you know, we had, at the Triskelion, there was Captain America, and at the Hub, there was Victoria Hand, who, as shitty of a person as I think she is a great tactician, at the very least. So, like, the Triskelion and the Hub, really, well, the Triskelion got a lot of the brunt of it, but because Cap was there, not that many people got killed, it seemed. It seems that most of them were able to be evacuated out. A couple died, but not, like, in the hundreds as it is everywhere else. Which, I'm not sure how S.H.I.E.L.D. has so many people, but, I mean, they are a worldwide, like, it's not just one country, it is worldwide, so I guess that makes sense. But yeah, like, getting it to see what everyone else has had to go through, and the whole, like, you know, your friends turning on you, like, we've had that known, but we haven't really got to see that outside of, like, Garrett and Ward. Like, we got it with, like, specific characters that we have been with the entire time. So, like, we as an audience have a very immediate connection to them and to why Coulson's group is very, you know, why they have the pathos towards that. But then, for a lot of the other just random S.H.I.E.L.D. agents that didn't go through the, you know, weren't close with Ward, we don't really have an analogous character for them. So it was just kind of like, yeah, we know what they've had to go through, but actually getting to see it really, really just gives it so much more impact. And the fact they put on this really heavy filter on it lets it feel less like the MCU, which allows them to let it be darker. Like, we can't, you know, show anybody really getting killed on screen. We have before. The MCU is not opposed to showing people getting killed, but it doesn't want to show massacres. So, you know, we just see all the dead bodies on the floor. We don't really see any, we see, you know, 1 or 2 characters actually dying, but we don't see massacres. But that's still enough, you know? I don't think that's... I could see some people complaining about them not showing, you know, them just, like, hundreds of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents getting shot in the head. But I think this is about what we needed. It really... It holds a tone that is much darker, but not, like, too dark. Not where it's trying to be super gritty and super, like, you know... I don't know. Super dark. Also, we got some more screen time with Hartley, which is really cool. And the only person we didn't see there was the bald-headed dude. I do not remember his name, but the guy that shot the real gun at the end of the episode with Skye. He was the only one not there, which is interesting. Like, because I know they're trying to make him be the bad egg here. He's the one who is not, like... Even if it's a democracy, there's going to be corrupt people. You're either going to have the corrupt single leader, or you're going to have the democracy with the half of it's corrupt and half of it's not. So, like, one is better than the other, but either way, it's always going to be corrupt in some regard. But yeah, with him, I would have thought they were trying to make him more not as obvious of what he was as a character by having him be in the flashback, but I guess not. It did seem pretty obvious from the last episode that he was going to be the evil one of them. I mean, that said, we still don't know what they want to do with Fury's bad babies, as I'm going to call them. If you, off of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or off of Agent Carter, I mean. But Yeah, I assume that's basically what the equivalent of them is, so we're just gonna also call them bad babies for short. But yeah, so we don't really know what the hell the real Shield wants to do with them, if they do want to destroy them, if they want to secretly use them, like, maybe Gonzalez is also actually planning something here. Who knows? We don't know the full picture, so it's hard to really go off of. But yeah, also going back to the flashback for a second. I guess this is all still with the flashback anyway. Hartley and Gonzalez and Weaver, we didn't really see a big moment for her, but like you can really see why these are the guys who survived, and like they're in charge not just because they're smart, but because they are strong as well. Like that seems to be a big thing in S.H.I.E.L.D. of the people in charge are not only incredibly smart, they are also incredibly capable. Even somebody like Gonzalez, who's super duper old, still got himself out of that situation, and there's so many dead people all around him. So yeah, you can see why these guys are the tip of the top. And yeah, so the ship, they just took it back over and then just stayed on the ship. And then I guess Coulson just assumed that the ship sank or something, because he did try and find Gonzalez, but I'm not sure why he wouldn't just go to the ship, unless he assumed that Hydra had sank it or something, and they've just gone invisible. But not really, but you know what I mean. They've gone under the radar. But yeah. So in terms of the way that I hate calling it real S.H.I.E.L.D, but I don't like Pointer S.H.I.E.L.D. I know that is what some people called it, but Cap S.H.I.E.L.D. I considered, but I don't know if they're actually supposed to be trying to base themselves off of Captain America or not. So we'll just call it Gonzalez's S.H.I.E.L.D. and Coulson's S.H.I.E.L.D. for now. But so Gonzalez's S.H.I.E.L.D. And I know it's weird let's say Democratic S.H.I.E.L.D. versus I mean it's not it's basically a monarchy. That's kind of what they're insinuating with Fury and Coulson and everything. So I guess it's not that incorrect actually. So yeah, we'll say Democracy S.H.I.E.L.D. and Democratic S.H.I.E.L.D. and Monocratic S.H.I.E.L.D. So what I'm trying to say. Democratic S.H.I.E.L.D. seems to be the better one. Yes, they seem to make a lot of excellent points for Coulson. Ones that I've been making for a long, long time, but just have kind of brushing off to the side. I've been bringing them up as a reason to justify things, but I've never really been like, the whole Coulson is half alien. He has alien blood in him, and that's just... in the sentence, he can't be he can't be director. He has alien blood inside of him. He is half alien. He can't be director. End of sentence. I've been saying that for a long time, but I was like, yeah, it's a show in a meta sense. We know that, like, that's probably all done with. We don't have to worry about it anymore. And he is of a stable mind and is fine. I thought that in a meta sense, but I'm glad that the show acknowledges this, and it's like, no, you have alien blood. You can't be director. You just can't. You can't. But they're going about this in awful, awful ways. One, like the fact that like if they just gave us a Quinjet, then Hartley wouldn't have died. A lot of the shit wouldn't have happened if we just had the Quinjet from the start. Because then we could have just got the obelisk, got the fuck out of there. I doubt Creel would have got the obelisk. A lot of this shit wouldn't have happened. Probably still would have gone to the alien city, though. I mean, we would have had to, because of Coulson going crazy because of the alien blood. So, ultimately, I don't think there needs to be an argument here. You know, at first I thought there was going to be a big, like, well, which side are we going to have to take? You know, who has the right, ideals, and you know who can actually run S.H.I.E.L.D. the best. But it's not even about who has the best ideals or who can run S.H.I.E.L.D. the best. It's not about that. Coulson, you're an alien. You can't be director. You can't be. And I'm gonna be very hard on the stand. The fact that the show has said it, I'm not gonna brush it off anymore. If the show continues and we try and act like Coulson, it's fine that Coulson's gonna be director. It's not fine that he's the director. It's absolutely not fine. He's a fucking alien. Now, And everything that we talked about with Fury, like I love the terms they put it in, because yeah, I've been talking about it forever, but like specifically the terms of like Fury saw himself as a king and he wanted someone to take over the throne when he was gone, and that is absolutely 100% how it is. Like, he is just he considers himself a king. He considers himself almost a god, but a human. Like, you know, not in terms of powers, but he considers himself to be above humanity, I think. So the fact that Coulson is also like smiling during all this, he's so chipper. It's his classic like look. I mean, that's just how he is. That's his personality. But that's psychopathic, Coulson. You look crazy. Like, he's making incredibly good points that should be shaking you, because it doesn't seem like you've really thought about them. I mean, maybe he has, but like, he just doesn't seem to care, and the fact that he doesn't care is honestly more troubling. Like, Coulson's reaction to all of this is definitely fueling a lot more of my Coulson can't be director. If he was a lot more trying to make them understand, or just said anything, wasn't smiling like a weird creepy man, then maybe it would have been, you know, maybe I would be more open to his side of things. But he's just like, he feels alien right now. He feels like he's, I don't know, man, it's creepy. It's creepy. Some other shit, we got Skye and Simmons chatting again, which was nice, but ultimately, you know, the whole team is kind of very against her right now, so, you know, it feels weird for them to just be chatting like they're friends, because in Skye's mentality, she's like, these people want nothing to do with me, especially Simmons. She wants to fucking kill me. And then May like really frantically, like the franticness in May's voice when she was calling her was really good. Like, I love the just relationship between Skye and May and Coulson. Like, all three of them together are perfect. Fitz as well is great, but those three specifically throughout the whole show have been amazing together. And so Gordon comes in. We having a big old long chat with Gordon. I love Gordon. He's so chill. He wasn't trying to give her some ultimatum. He wasn't being overly evil in the way that he's, like, you know, so many times they'll have the villain come in who is saying nice things, but they're doing it in a very evil way in the way they're acting. Like the Ward last episode with Love and Time of Hydra. Everything he's saying and doing is nice, but his reasons for it are not. Whereas Gordon does seem completely like he's doing this altruistically. So, I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping that these guys are nice and they can, you know, show her and teach her how to use this power and keep it under control. And she's already kind of keeping it under control. The only time where it went out of control, and I wouldn't say went out of control, I would say it very much went by the control that she wanted it to do, which was stop the bullet and make them go away. And what did it do? It stopped the bullet and it made them go away. So I wouldn't say that's losing control. I would say that every time she's lost control, it has just been doing what she wants it to do, more or less. I mean, I guess the gun, she didn't want it to do that to the gun, you know? She didn't want it, but like a lot of the other times was because she was stressed. I don't think it was because it was leaking out. I do think it was because she was subconsciously wanting them to be away or something. But yeah, we got the concrete explanation on what her powers are. Vibrations. You know, we had the operative word tremors is what we were using last time. I thought that was going to be the operative word for her ability, like what it was called. But vibrations is closer to what it is, which makes sense. Tremors definitely gives you a picture of something a lot more destructive, but vibrations is the way that you say it to make it not sound as terrifying, and to, you know, it really goes about, it shows you the difference in the two people, Gordon calling it vibrations and then S.H.I.E.L.D. calling it tremors. They don't know any better, but still, it's a good representation of the two sides there. Talking about the, you know, he was embraced when it first happened to him, and then to Skye, she was immediately put in quarantine. And it's hard, again, as always, to say this, I'm on Skye's side, but it's hard to blame S.H.I.E.L.D. or Simmons or anybody on that side of what they're doing. Like, if you could stop this stuff at the beginning, you know, I couldn't do it, but I understand the mentality. Like, you know, if like I've been watching some, I don't really keep up with My Hero Academia anymore, but I've been watching some reactions to some of the older stuff recently, and I was remembering like there's a character that has a very similar mentality of want to just erase all quirks and powers and stuff like that. And you know what? You know what? It's not a bad, like, you know, when it gets to be that level, when it gets if you could look back now, right? If I'm like at Endgame and there's so many fucking terrible people with powers all over the place, the world is chaos, it's garbage. I'm gonna be looking back at this moment being like, maybe I should have been on Simmons' side. But like, I don't know. I don't. They don't seem like it's gonna be that bad. You know, in a My Hero Academia type universe, you can make the argument for maybe there shouldn't be people with powers. It's probably just gonna end the world. But so far in the Marvel universe, in the MCU, I mean, you know, it doesn't seem that bad. So it's very much a like, we can handle it. Let's keep handling it until we can't. But then at that point, when you can't handle it, you can't handle it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's a tough choice to have to make. So I don't blame Simmons, and I keep talking about every episode just because like I keep coming back to it. She's not wrong. She's just bad. She's not wrong. She's just morally bad. We got to have a nice moment with Fitz like working through the problem with like the ship and the EMP and stuff. Like, it was all done non-verbally, all just visually of him really working through the project, figuring it out, and like, I just love that the series we just keep seeing these little moments of Fitz getting better. Like, he's just slowly. No, I don't think he's ever gonna be, you know, back to how he was, and I'm honestly don't even want to be back to how he was. But I do just love seeing the little tiny steps that he takes to get better. You know, there was the moment of Mac jumping to save Fitz and everything like that, because ultimately he does care about Fitz, and they do care about their friends and everything like that. They're not evil. They're not bad. They're just going about this in the wrong way. In the really wrong way. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, so last episode I was talking about the homestead, which apparently is not the safe house. It looks identical to it, so it's probably going to be a plot point. But the safe house, I mean, I assume it could just be two names they have for the same place. But the image that Coulson was looking at on the computer, you know, thingy, lockbox thingy, last episode, showed this place and said Homestead, said it was a weapons and armaments safe house. Well, actually, they did say weapons armaments safe house, and they're calling this just safe house, but they're calling it capital S safe house. Like, they keep saying she's at the safe house, you know, capital S. So, I don't know. Maybe it is the same place, and I'm actually crazy, and it's not two different places, even though they're using a capital S for the safe house. I don't know. But I wanted to bring that up, that maybe it's not the same, maybe it is the same, I don't know. Maybe we'll see, maybe we won't, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not. What the fuck? I don't have anything else in my notes, but did anything else happen in this episode I want to talk about? Man. I just hope that Skye is... I hope that she can get the keep this under control. I hope that she can get the training she needs to be able to keep it under control. But I don't know if she's ever coming back to S.H.I.E.L.D. This could end tragically. This could end very, very tragically. You know? Skye is our main character, but at the same time, like, Ward was a huge main character, and look what's happened to him. So, you know, I don't say look what happened to him, but look what he really was. So, they could do some crazy shit with her. They could just take her out of S.H.I.E.L.D. and have her be in a completely separate faction for the rest of the season, multiple seasons, the show. Maybe she could die in a really tragic way. Because we're definitely building up to some big tragedy here. Anyway, I will see you guys for the next one. Until then, get the fuck out of here.